What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx today. I'm going to be reacting to, so this is my favorite book, still don't like reading though, by Jane Animations. So, I could have swore, didn't Jane Animations, last video have to do with her hating books? And now I guess she decided to read a book and make an animation about it. Either way, I'm excited to see what her favorite book is. And yeah, anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jane Animations. Without any further ado, let's begin.
This is a weird video to follow up with after I just talked about how much I don't like reading for like 7 minutes. But
yeah, so the last video was about her hating reading.
I guess it kind of works out because since you've obviously seen that video, right? We don't have to talk about my tragic reading backstory that's left me in soul-crushing shambles. So what book could someone like me who's been forever ruined from the past haunting memories of reading call a favorite? Harry Potter? Lord of the Rings? Grapes of Wrath? Nope. None of these revolting pieces of literature hold a candle to the masterpiece.
You're gonna upset a lot of people with that. There are a whole bunch of fandoms you just pissed off.
Leave It to Pet, The Misadventures of a Recycled Super Robot.
What? Yeah, no, not familiar with that.
Is this a joke? I'm not sure yet. I read this book in 6th grade when I was 11, and I'll preface it with, yes, it's a manga. Do I want to get into the debate if manga, comic books, or graphic novels are considered real books? I don't think so. I don't actually remember.
Well, if a kid's book can be considered a real book, and they only have 30-ish pages and very little words, if that's considered a book, then yes, a manga is still considered a book.
How I stumbled onto this book. I remember owning it, so it might have been a gift from my parents or a friend, but your guess is as good as mine. We can say it's a gift from the Lord. Leave It to Pet, The Misadventures of a Recycled Super Robot, is about this 9-year-old boy, Noboru, who recycled an orange juice bottle. The recycling plant wanted to say thanks for recycling and sent this little bottle robot called Pet to rescue him whenever he needs help or is in danger. So,
but where's mine? I friggin' recycle. Where's my rescue robot?
it's great, but the catch is, Pet is actually trash. Just kidding. Pet's childish, easily distracted, and overly confident in his abilities, which results in him making situations comedically worse and not being able to fix anything.
Maybe I don't want a robot.
Also, I don't know if you picked up on this, but this is not a high reading level book.
Yeah, I kind of got that. As soon as you mentioned it was like a book you read when you were a lot younger, I kind of figured it wasn't a high level reading book.
Don't make fun of me for liking it. The book starts off with Pet introducing himself as Noboru and his friends are being picked on by bullies. But when he arrives to save the day, no one understands what Pet is or is supposed to do or why he's here. Obviously. What would you do if this thing walks up and starts talking to you? So Pet...
Yeah. Well, what's it sound like? Does it sound like... Does it sound like that? I wouldn't be able to understand that either.
explains, I'm the orange juice bottle you recycled the other day. And Noboru's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Pet's like, I can't believe you don't remember. Freak. And the dynamic grows from there. There's not really a specific story. It's more episodic chapters where the characters are in different everyday scenarios that just get a little out of hand. And Pet, of course, is being a little bag of trash, complicating things that should have been an easy fix or weren't even problems to begin with. Chapter 7 is a good one. Noboru's out fishing with his friends and his line is caught on some rocks, so he calls for Pet. Leave it to Pet, what seems to be the problem? And as Noboru's explaining, Pet gets overpowered by the current. Not a problem. It's like it never happened. Pet assesses the situation. I see your hook is stuck at the bottom of the river. Ka-ching! Ka-ching! I know exactly what to do. Whoosh! And he cuts the line off. Noboru's like, what the heck, dude? And Pet's like, what, you wanted that old thing? And he's like, yes, of course I wanted it. More characters are introduced later on.
You would think the guy would realize that maybe he shouldn't bring the robot around with him because it just seems like the robot makes things worse. Like, you should just lock the robot in a cage or something.
But my favorites are P2, where in his debut, when he's describing how he's the new and improved Pet model with his 200% faster speed, larger body, but lighter weight. He blows away because he's so light, and Pet's all, dang, that's awesome, and explodes off his arms and legs to try and be lighter too.
Is that how the character ended? Was that his his final debut?
wish humans could do that. Also, Bottle Doggy is a great character. You drag his limp body around on a leash. I think the reason I love this book so much is, frankly, a lot of nostalgia. Not sure a 20-something-year-old would pick this up and deeply connect with Bottle Doggy's character arc. But the author, Sonishi Kenji, also created, in my opinion, a really cute little knucklehead I just want to have in my life, and 11-year-old me was obsessed with. Pet became one of my favorite characters for a bit, and I would draw him all the time. In class, we had our desks arranged in groups, and I had a bit of open space on the side because my desk was on the corner. So I drew a little pet and stuck him on the side for the world to see how much of a stan I was. No one cared. Why are you drawing orange juice? I would make my own little...
Although, yes, Pet does look cute, and it would be interesting having it as a pet. At the same time, it just sounds like it would be getting into trouble all the time, and I don't want to deal with that. One thing I love animals, but and I love pets in general, like dogs and cats or whatever. But I don't want to deal with taking care of them because of all the responsibility, and it sounds as if Pet here would be a lot of responsibility.
Little original characters of bottle robots that I would want. I believe the original term might be trash Sona, and recycled extra things in hopes I could have my own pet. I was really big on imagination and stuff as a kid, so anything that played around with enhancing reality in fun and creative ways was right up my alley.
Good thing I guess you didn't stick with that, because if you did stick with that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were, you know, doing some illicit substances on the side.
And it taught me how to recycle, so you're welcome, Greta Thunberg. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this book. Ever. It seems like it slipped under the radar for some reason. And I think it deserves more love because the humor in it was suitable for 11-year-old me, and I bought the book to read through again, and the humor is still suitable for me. So either it's fun for all ages, or I haven't mentally progressed since grade
I can relate with that.
6. Of course, naturally, there's nothing wrong with having things targeted towards certain age groups, but I think there should just be more things like Pet, The Misadventures of a Recycled Super Robot, bringing families and people of all ages together with his charm, froggy hat, and massive glistening samurai muscles. I'm telling you, there's something in here for everyone. Sure, the story is pretty simple, but the humor, which I always value the most, is great for all ages and doesn't try to dumb anything down to baby younger readers. I think it's easy to think kids are children until they're not, but they're still people and can tell when they're being talked down to. Now go file your taxes, pathetic little boy. Anyway, I just really like the book.
But how do you do that? How do you do that?
They don't teach you how to freaking do taxes.
And although I'm an adult, I still don't know how to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do them, but I have to pay people to do them because I'm too stupid to know how to do them.
It's cute, funny. Pet reminds me of Ari if Ari was a recycled super robot made from an orange juice bottle. You can read the whole thing in like 20 minutes, if not fast.
20 minutes? That's pretty short.
If I were to critique one thing, I wasn't too keen on how they kept introducing new recycled robots, and the crew just started getting a bit too crowded by the end, in my opinion. I liked when it was just a few characters, and would have liked to see them play around with more ideas instead of just bringing in a new character to depend on new ideas for. But Bottle Doggy was a masterpiece. He can stay. There's actually 3 other books that come after it, but I haven't read them.
What? So this guy made a series out of them.
Because I'm worried that they won't be as good.
Yeah, probably accurate. They probably aren't gonna be as good.
And I want to remember Pet as the example of perfect literature it is. Are there hundreds of books that I would probably enjoy more than this one if I gave a chance? Yes. But am I still gonna end the video without giving a reasonable explanation for me not trying to find them?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm kind of like that. I know there are a lot of good books out there, but it's finding them and, you know, giving them time and reading it to find out if you like it or not. That's the part that I'm not gonna do. Because, you know, I don't like reading. Because when I read, I see things that aren't there. It's very annoying. But there are books that I have enjoyed throughout, you know, my past. And so I know that some books I actually do like, and it's just finding books like that is the difficult part. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I'm glad that Jaden found a book that she liked, even if it is a book aimed at more younger, you know, people. It's whatever. Hey, you like a book, that's it's good. And you know, as long as you like it, I guess, you know, that's really what matters. But anyway, whatever. I hope you guys like this. I enjoyed this, and although as fun as it sounds to have like a pet robot, from the sounds of it, it sounds as if it would just be really freaking annoying and stressful. And I don't need any more stress in my life, so you know, I don't think I'd actually want a pet robot like that. But you know, a pet sex robot on the other hand, I could do. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're new, subscribe to the family. I'll see you guys. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to Jane Animations. I'll see you guys next time. Boop.